G'day Bulldogs fans. So Jack Hetherington has left the club. Not happy about it, but something had to give. We need value in that salary cap, so let's look to the positives. It's nothing to do with Trent Barrett leaving. It's a direct result of having a better player come to the side in Kikau. I think Jack was worth the money he was on here, but he's got an upgrade by leaving. He was told he could leave by the club. We had the option on him for next year to decide whether he stays or goes, from what I know. And he was told he could negotiate. In doing that, he's got himself a 3-year deal with a team I think that'll suit him, and a good replacement for Mitch Barnett, who's left tonight. So it works out for all parties. That extra salary cap gives us an opportunity to keep players such as Raymond Fatala-Mariner, Jackson Topine and Matt Doorey. We've also got some players outside of the 30 that are pushing for selection, such as Curtis Morin. We've got young Jack Hetherington. He's out there as a development player at the moment. So all these players need to be looked at as to whether we keep them. And getting rid of Jack gives us that option. So that just gives us value in the salary cap, and that's what it's all about at the moment. Some good young players to replace him. And if you can get, two players that are potentially as good or better than Jack for the same price as Jack, well, you're winning. And that's what we've got to do. We've got our marquee forward there in Viliami. We've got TPJ who'll move into the front row as our marquee prop. Josh Jackson, he is a highly paid back rower or lock, so he'll be up for negotiation next year, whether he retires or takes a pay cut. That'll be his options. So things are starting to fall into place as far as the cap goes. We've definitely got more quality in our team than we had, and we've been competitive. And people can talk about the win-losses all they want. We didn't win a lot of those games, but we were competitive in them, and that is an improvement. I'll keep saying it. It's disheartening and frustrating and annoying because all our hopes were up, but in saying that, I think we're in a much better position, and we just need to keep sticking with the side and with the club and the decisions they make. If you want them to keep players like Burton and the Fox and to be able to sign players like Reid Marnie and Tavita Pangai Jr., even though TPJ, the jury's out on him, I think he was a fantastic signing. If you want us to get those good players, well, something has to give with the other players that we've got. And the idea is that we've got a spine that's worth 3 or 4 million that we can pay and keep. And have a couple of marquee forwards, like a good lock and a good prop. And then the rest of the team is essentially churning out for our juniors that are giving us great football and great value for money on their initial contracts into first grade. And then it's about, replacing them with other juniors when they get offers to go elsewhere on big money. And that's how you win. It's about the recruitment wars. Every time the Melbourne Storm let a player like the Fox go for 500 grand, or they had Brandon Lee went up there and then he got a 350 to go to the Gold Coast, and then 350 to go to the Broncos, and he's hardly played a game for both of those sides, but he played well at the Storm. So every time the Storm allows a player like that to go, that's helping them win a comp. Same with the Panthers. They can let Paul Momorowski go. The Storm let him go as well. He's just been hopping club to club, doing a job, and getting paid good money to leave because they've got juniors, and he fills a spot until a junior comes through and replaces him. And that's how the recruitment wars work. Every time these good clubs let a good player go, like the Panthers letting Burton go was stupid. And to get him back to them, they would need to pay him $1 million. But he won't, that won't happen. They're going to have juniors that are going to come through and replace those players that they've got in first grade. And I think the way the Panthers are thinking, Edwards, Cleary, Lil Y are going to be their spine for a very long time. But we'll see what happens. So it's all about value in the cap, and that's what the recruitment wars are about. Storm pick up Meaney and Remus Smith. You slot them into a good spine, they can do a job. And then when they do the job, they get confident. And when they get confident, the best of their football comes out. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Players then come to the Dogs, they're trying their heart out, but they don't have that good spine around them. They don't have that confidence around them. They lose their own confidence. It works the other way. It's nothing to do with the club. It's to do with the fact of where the club is at right now. The fact we're going to have Marnie and Burton in that halves, and hopefully we see Jake Averillo as a confident fullback moving into next year. We may have 3 parts of the piece. We may have, 3 parts of the puzzle already in place. Then you bring Kikau into that. And a good solid forward like Sutton and TPJ getting confident, laying the platform. That's where we're going to become a competitive top 8 team. And then it's the halfback. Do we have him in? Is he already there? Is it Bailey Biondi-Odo? Is it Bailey Howard? Is it Kyle Flanagan? We'll have to wait and see. But don't give up hope, guys, because we're bringing value into that cap. And I think, and that's what it's all about. If you've got your marquee signing, if you've got an edge-back rower who's paid $850,000 a year, your other edge-back rowers can't be on $500,000 or $400,000 even. And that's where that's why we've got to let players like Jack Hetherington go, because he just doesn't bring that value, even though he can play front row as well. So, but we've got TPJ on 700. Something has to give. Josh Jackson on 600. Corey Waddell on 350. Something has to give, and that's what's given. But anyway, keen to hear your thoughts. 8 minutes, a bit long, but I reckon it's a good discussion. Tell us what you think. Like and subscribe if you want. Go the Dogs.